happy through you, Senator Stewart.
Yeah, thank you, Mr Chair. Mr Davies or Mr Parkinson, I just wanted to go back to the business cases that you spoke about earlier, and you said there were 9, and one of those, I understand, is the Tanami Road?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. Could you just provide an update on just where things are at with the Tanami Road at the moment?
Yes, Senator. We are continuing to engage with the Northern Territory Government. We are currently looking for an opportunity to meet with them to discuss the next steps in evaluating that business case.
So what does that mean in terms of construction on the road?
Senator, we're yet to conclude our evaluation for the business case. What the Territory might choose to do with that in terms of construction, we don't know at this point.
Could you explain the business case?
In how much detail, Senator, would you like? I can give you a very broad overview.
Let me put it this way. There's been incredible flooding, people are being cut off, communities are being cut off. It's absolutely urgent for those people out there to have that road in a form that can be travelled on, and that those people who are isolated for months of the year, there is an urgency for the need for that road. So perhaps now you might be able to explain just where that kind of construction is at.
Senator, I couldn't comment on construction, but in terms of the business case, it's precisely those issues that you raise, which the business case seeks to address, and those are precisely the issues that we're working through with the Territory Government. So how to most effectively address those flooding concerns and road condition concerns.
So when you're talking about the business case, perhaps you can expand in terms of what job opportunities may be being considered, given that you've already told the committee that there are particular cuts to Infrastructure Australia. I'm interested to know how that's going to impact the Tanami Road.
Senator, we're proceeding with that business case evaluation. We would hope that that will be concluded before too long, but I can assure the committee that concluding that sort of evaluation is a priority for our organisation.
It's good it's a priority, Mr Parkinson, but I'm still unable to get from you any explanation as to what's in that business case. For example, I mentioned just what kind of job opportunities would be available. Can you expand any further on that?
Yes, Senator. The business case does provide, well, it seeks to address some of the closing the gap challenges, which are questions that you asked last time round. And as part of that, it seeks to provide job opportunities for local people and Indigenous people in the construction of that project.
But you can't expand on the details of that, is that correct?
I couldn't tell you how many. That would be a matter for the implementation of the procurement. I don't think that is set out in the business case, Senator.
Is there any idea or time? When you talk about close the gap, you must have some idea in mind as to how you would go about doing that in terms of employment. Is there a figure? Are you looking at percentages? Are you looking at the whole construction of it? Please tell me some more of what you mean about close the gap in this.
Senator, those are really matters about the implementation of the procurement process and the construction, which go beyond the business case. The business case sets out the fundamentals from an economic perspective about the costs of the project and the benefits that are derived from it. So it doesn't get into those details about procurement, but those are matters that we'd certainly discuss with the Northern Territory Government as we engage with them on that project.
So what do you mean then when you say close the gap?
Senator, the business case sets out an objective to address some of those closing the gap imperatives.
Like what?
Well, as I think we set out in our response to you last time, they include local employment opportunities. It includes access to health and education, better transport, accessibility in general.
But you just don't have a figure on just the employment numbers. We seem to be going around in circles, Mr Parkinson.
No, I don't have a figure on the employment numbers, Senator.
Okay, thank you.